was a Sunday afternoon back in April with my co-founder over coffee, talking about this idea of how we could simplify analytics tools, maybe even ditch the dashboard entirely. We vibe coded a scrappy proof of concept that evening, and then we shelved the idea. Then July comes and we say, let's do that analytics thing. Let's scratch our own itch. And then Silence was born, going from a scrappy vibe coded concept on a Sunday to a working product in a few months, using AI coding, of course, to help us build. But this was not without mistakes. You see, the speed you get with AI coding can actually be the thing that makes you slow. In my last video, I talked about building a product in 4 months that would have taken around an entire year. That was Silence. That's the product I was talking about. And I framed it as an AI productivity win, which I still believe to be. But it's a productivity win, not a business win. Because there's also another side of that story. We started Silence with a clear scope. 1 month to launch. The concept was clear. Embedded analytics with an AI data analyst assistant. That was it. That was our MLP, or minimum lovable product. But 1 month turned into 4, and the scope tripled. Even with our plan in place, AI made it too easy to ignore it. Here's how it happened and how to avoid the same trap.
Hey, I'm Hack. I've been writing code since I was 13. Now I take 20 years of experience building software and I combine it with a new way of making it. I build with AI every day and I document what works, what doesn't, and what's coming next. Subscribe if you're building too.
Now, I adopted the MLP concept a few years ago when I read about it for the first time, before AI coding was even a thing, before MVP was commoditized through AI building. And the idea is simple. In the MVP, you ask, does this work? While in the MLP, you ask, will people actually want to use this? MVP is about validation, MLP is about connection. You build something small, but you make it feel good and delightful, not just functional. Something worth coming back to. So when we started Silence, we were in fact very disciplined. We defined our MLP clearly, embedded analytics that live inside your app or on your website, not in a separate dashboard, with an AI system that talks to your data like a human analyst would. Clear, focused, 1 month to build and launch. We'd done this before, we knew the playbook. But somehow, it still happened. AI makes building faster, yes. But if you're not careful, it removes the friction that used to protect your scope. Back when shipping something used to take, say, 2 weeks, you'd naturally ask, is this worth the time? Time investment forced the question. That was the constraint. But when shipping takes 2 hours, you can skip that question entirely. You just build and build. And that feels great, especially for us builders. At least for a while. Every feature feels like progress. Every addition feels like momentum. Because you simply build faster. We thought, we're not reckless, right? We're thorough, right? But thorough has a cost. We just got blinded. Then came the comparison trap. Now, analytics is a very crowded space. We had a clear edge, embedded analytics, no dashboard required, AI assistant built in. Simple, different, and focused. But then we opened competitor tabs, and the instinct quickly kicked in. Feature parity. We should have that too. And because AI makes building fast, we said yes to everything. Well, almost everything, thankfully. Let's add custom filters, 2 hours, yes. Let's add CSV exports, half a day, yes. Let's add that integration, a day, yes. Let's add funnels, let's add goals, and so on. They all made sense, and each one looked small, but together they compounded. Take CSV export, for example. Sounds simple, right? But CSV export means you need a background job queue, error handling, retry logic, and a way to notify users when it's ready. That's not half a day. That's a few days of hidden work, at best. More outflows, more rate limits, more edge cases, more surface area to cover. And our edge, the embedded analytics and the AI assistant, they got buried under features nobody asked for. Yet. Features we added because our competitors had them, not because customers needed them. Because we hadn't launched yet to get customers, we could actually ask what they want and need. And we knew better. The advice is everywhere and we applied it before. Launch before you're ready, validate with real users, avoid building in a vacuum. We knew all of it. But AI just made it really easy to ignore. 4 months in, and we had a product that would normally take 8 to 10 months to build. Which sounds impressive, I know. And it is, yeah. But we've also created a monster. A giant code base with moving pieces everywhere. Queue job managers, API services, database layers, custom libraries, and an entire AI system that kept growing and growing. And the worst part, we still called it an MLP. We just redefined what minimum means. Minimum became minimum plus filters, then minimum plus exports, then minimum plus funnels. We kept the word MLP. It just lost its meaning. We even built a full-fledged dashboard. A thing we said we want to ditch, because everyone else has one, and we also needed somewhere to start the embedded experience from, which technically it kind of makes sense. That's the AI speed trap. You move so fast building things that you can easily miss the wrong way sign 5 miles back. So we weren't shipping faster anymore. The speed advantage we had disappeared under the weight of everything we've added. Every quick addition needed maintenance. Every integration needed error handling. Every new service added complexity to the entire stack. Our edge didn't quite get neglected, but it got diluted. We still had the embedded analytics, but it now sat on top of a dashboard that does 90% of what competitors do. We built the thing that we thought made us different, then buried it under the thing everyone else already has. The following irony hit me, which made me make this video. AI gave us speed, but we used that speed to build ourselves into a corner where we couldn't ship fast anymore. Speed without constraints doesn't create progress. It creates weight. And it wasn't a dramatic failure that surfaced this, because we still haven't officially launched, that's the thing. It hit me when we tried to open the gates. The product has been in private beta for a while. Very small group, early adopters, in an easy to control conditions. But then we decided to go public. Open the gates and let anyone sign up. Start getting real feedback from strangers. And that's when I saw it. We needed stability. Without over-engineering. We needed onboarding flows that work, edge cases handled, and performance that holds on the real load. But we've been so busy adding features, we'd skipped the boring stuff. The stuff that makes a product actually ready and usable. We had a feature-rich product that wasn't stable enough to hand to strangers. So we paused, pulled the brakes. No new features, no new integrations, nothing new until the current state of the product is solid. Not perfect, but solid. We went back to the original MLP. Embedded analytics, AI assistant, that's the edge. That's what makes Sightlens different. And we're still our own primary users, and we're dogfooding what we've built already. We built this to scratch our own itch, because we haven't been able to open it up to real strangers because we kept patching, kept adding, and kept improving. The oldest mistake in the builder's world. Stabilizing things is not that exciting as building new things, but it's the only way forward. AI gave us speed, but we use the speed to build more instead of building better. Now, speed is a force multiplier. It can multiply focus or chaos. Try to identify what focus means for you. Knowing the framework is not enough. Having a clear MVP or MLP is not enough. AI will test your discipline anyway. Speed changes the math. When everything feels cheap to build, you stop asking if it should be built. Nowadays, the question isn't, can we add this? Because most probably can. The new question is, does this serve the core thing that makes us different? If the answer is feature parity, meaning your competitors have it, that might not be good enough. If it's not serving your edge, it should wait, no matter how fast you could ship it. I'll do a deeper breakdown on MLP versus MVP in an upcoming video. How to define it, how to protect it, and how to know when you're drifting, like we did. As for Sidelens, we're stabilizing it now. We're cutting back to what matters, making the MLP solid, and open the gates soon. If you want to follow the build, subscribe. And if you're building something right now, tell me in the comments, what's one feature you're cutting this week? I'm Hack. See you in the next one. Cheers.